It's the Creepy Metal Podcast.
Hey everybody, this is a new episode of the Creepy Metal Podcast Season 2, Episode 4 or 5. And with me tonight, we have Miss Shannon. Say hi, Shannon.
Shandog.
Hi, Shandog. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
That
What else
is,
do we have in the house?
yeah, that is so cool. Hey, how's your week been? How's everything?
Pretty good, pretty busy. Always pretty busy.
What are you doing?
How about you?
Pretty good. What are you doing? Like knocking off banks, robbing 7-Elevens? What are you up to? What do you do during?
Right. No, I gave that up. I'm just building this website. I've got this new podcast that we're launching off May 24th with Rock Rage, Rock Talk with Shandog.
Woohoo!
And then I've got the club in San Diego, McGuffey's Live. We're booking and promoting a lot of bands and just rock and roll.
So if you guys,
How are you?
I'm good. So if you guys in Radio Land, if you're not listening anywhere in California, if you're in Michigan or Florida or wherever, or Texas, there are all kinds of music clubs out here, and any bands or aspiring musicians. If you got some jams, Southern California, San Diego, very awesome venue called McGuffey's. So yeah, play this back, and yeah, you'll see Shannon's stuff. We'll put all our contact info on our page here, and my week's been going good. Yeah, just working and writing new music, and You know what they say? I don't know, because we put out our EP, and so I feel very fortunate. I feel very lucky. That because of the music that's going out in the radio play, I actually have a couple of record labels that have been like kind of courting me, and I'm like, wow, yeah. So it's like, oh my gosh. No, I cannot complain with that, and I am humble. I am so humbled that anybody would even consider that. So I'm like, oh shit, I guess I better start writing the new album. So what we did, we did is that we just put out a new single called Fire. Yeah, so I'll be releasing that tune along with a brand new music video for you guys. So hang out. I may put that on tonight's episode. So yeah, so it's just been doing that, and my dog who always needs to be nurtured. I mean, that gets annoying. Anybody have dogs out there or pets? Do you guys ever have those pets that always need to be around you like 24/7? If you do, drop a little comment here as you're hearing this. I don't know. Yeah, but I've been doing good. Hey, any news going on this week in rock or metal or anything? Anything you read about this week, Shannon?
Something about Van Halen.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, Sammy Hagar. Yeah.
Sammy Hagar, back in action.
That's right. Oh my gosh. So I was reading that apparently he's doing the 5150 album, which is after 1984, right? And that David Lee, whatever the hell that loser's name was. So Sammy Hagar came in, saved the boat, got him a bunch of number ones, which they never had with that Dave dude. So I thought, wow. And you know what? I've always loved that album. We'll be having our guest. We have a special guest tonight, and we'll be asking him about that too. I don't know if he listens to old school music, but you guys.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, but if you guys, you've been listening to the podcast. I mean, I love all kinds of music: funk, blues, country. Metal, and Shannon loves all kinds of music, so I mean, definitely love that hair metal. But yeah, I just noticed. Yeah, I'd always loved that album 5150, and I never thought I would be able to see it. So I just got some tickets for September in Las Vegas.
You're gonna go.
I'm going. Nice. Yeah, you know who he's got? You know who he's got playing guitar now? Because obviously King Edward has passed away.
Oh yeah. Is it? Don't tell me. Joe? Is it Joe?
Joe
Satriani?
Joe Satriani. Oh my God.
God, that is so sick. What a cool pick. I mean, for that that exact music is just, I loved that album.
That was an awesome album.
How'd it go? I can't get the words right now, but yes, I remember. Good memories.
Yeah. I just thought that was like the best album, and they're doing it live. And I'm surprised because Sammy's like 70 something. So yeah, it looks like Joe, and then he's got Kenny. I forgot his name on drums. He used to play for John Cougar Mellencamp. Kenny Arnoff, I think that's his name. Kenny Arnoff. And then, Michael Anthony on bass, right? So I'm assuming Michael Anthony's probably doing all the high parts.
Yep.
And then they have a keyboardist, I guess, from Australia, mate. So yeah.
Well, have fun. That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Are you going to the show, or are you going with band members, or are you going with?
Oh no, going with my lady. Yeah, in September. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that, and then also seeing Motley Crue. Don't laugh, guys.
I've always loved Motley Crue. Whatever. That's my era.
Well, you know who I'm gonna go. You know who I'm really interested to see are the two openers. I've seen Motley Crue. I know I'm gonna get some hate, you guys. Vince, it's time, man. It's past time. It's brother. No.
He had his time though, man. I had him all over my walls.
Yeah.
Like, what is this now?
Yeah. But I think also I wonder if Vince did it to himself, because I mean there are other artists who are a lot older than him that are still touring, like Alice Cooper. Think about Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I mean he dwarfs Motley Crue's career by at least 20 years, because he's been doing it since the 60s. Motley Crue. Yeah, and he's on a world tour. He's on a world tour, right? And he's still going strong. But I think he takes care of his body, his vocals, and I don't know if Vince is taking care of himself. Or what's her name from what's that other band from the 80s, 70s? Ann Wilson from Heart?
Oh, Ann Wilson, I love her. I love Heart. What a badass band that was, man. I was just listening to their record the other day in my room.
And they're still touring.
Wow, they're phenomenal.
But I'm sure she takes care of her body too, and her vocals, and so yeah, I don't know. Getting back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so the bands I really want to see, Extreme,
that's an oldie from the archives.
Oh, they just released a new album. They released a new album 2 years ago. Yeah.
I gotta get to the times.
Oh, babes, I'm serious. Yeah, and then Nuno played he did that Ozzy tribute when Ozzy passed in Birmingham. Yeah. So he did like 12 songs on that.
Wow.
Yeah, just amazing. Yeah, so, and Tesla just put out a new album.
I love Tesla. But what happened his voice got shut out though, I think.
No, he's still going. Jeff Keith.
Is he? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. You know who else is still going? The singer of Skid Row.
Oh, Sebastian. Yeah, I heard he's playing with Twisted Sister. Yep, that's got to be different.
Old rockers, resurrecting up.
I figure as long as... Yeah, I mean, well, hey, check out the uber older guys, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in their 80s, and Mick Jagger's still, like, throwing it down. So, yep. So, hey, tonight, we have a very special guest. We have the band Echo Spine.
Yeah.
And we have their front man on here with us. JR, are you there?
What's up, man?
Woohoo!
Hey, JR.
What's going on, guys? Just listening to your guys' conversation and going about to the oldies.
Yeah.
Way back. Before you were probably breeding.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, did you ever listen to any of this old stuff when you were coming up?
I did listen to it. That's a little bit before my time.
Oh, wow.
But it was there. But
reading about it.
yeah. So it was there, But yeah, I've been listening to that stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Right on, man. Right on. Yeah. So how are you today, sir? How's everything? How's Echo Spine? I know you guys have been going pretty hard, right?
Yeah, we've been the traction with Echo Spine has been just on a trajectory level that has just been non-stop. I mean, it's kind of like a snowball effect. You just toss it out there and it won't stop. That's just the way how it's been.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's nice when it happens. I mean, hey, don't you guys out there in Radio Land? We did an episode earlier, and it's not like it happens real quick. I mean, I'm sure, JR, you guys put some work in it, right? I mean, you guys put some work in to get where you are going, right?
Absolutely. A lot of tears, sweat, into the rooms, and it's a lot that goes behind it. Yeah, so you're exactly right.
Yeah, so for you young cats out there, man, teenagers and stuff, don't give up, man. It's hard work, and
don't give up.
I know Shannon's playing in a band too, and it can be hard when you kind of go from just having fun to doing it more professionally. It can seem daunting, but if you're young out there, just keep doing it, man. Shit.
Yeah, just keep knocking on those doors, just keep putting in the work, and don't give up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, did you have any?
Exciting to watch you guys.
Yeah, you guys just played.
For a little while.
What was that like, Shannon, when they played at your club?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago or so, huh, JR? They came.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago over there. Yeah.
I mean, the owner of the club was just like, "Where'd you find these guys? These guys are amazing." And I was like, "Dude, I mean, they've been on the bill for a few months, but I've just been watching them take off in LA." And JR and I, I usually make friends with the bands when I'm booking them for the club. Some more than others, and JR was one of those. Some more than others. We talked a lot, and that's always real helpful because we're collaborating for a show, so we can market together and just it's good to meet good connections and build those bridges. But yeah, just watching them on stage, they're just their energy. The performance, all of them have their own style. The music, and it's a new metal sound, so it's erupting. And, just they have their own groove and just bring that magnetism to the stage. I really liked it a lot. So
yeah, it's been we're based in the LA area, so we've been pretty much dominating like the Hollywood area, the Sunset Strip, and anywhere like around the LA area, we've been pretty much knocking it out. But when we decided to go over to San Diego, that was pretty cool because that was our first time ever playing outside of LA, and it was a real treat. It was kind of like uncharted territory, but when we got there, man, the love was so great. Like it was awesome.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you guys went to is it not? I always say it wrong. Is it NAMM or NAM?
It's NAMM.
Sure.
Yes.
We talked before you went there, and then when you went there, something happened. What happened to you guys there?
So we were the only new metal band out of the whole entire lineup. The headliner was called Lonesome and Jetsam. They were.
Oh wow, that's back in the day.
Yeah, they were the headliner, and pretty much the whole genre was pretty much the whole lineup except for us. And the promoter was the one that found us and was like, you know what, you guys, got something going on. How about coming over, playing this NAMM after party here in Anaheim? And so we were just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Because we're like the oddball out. So we decided to do it. And we played at the Grand Theater in Anaheim. And
played there. I love that place.
Yeah, it's like a 40-foot stage.
Yeah.
It's a big old giant sound.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty intimidating. Once you get there, you're just like, oh my God, we're gonna do this. So once we got there and we started doing our sound check, we met our sound engineer, who was a touring manager. His name is Steve Bruns. And he's the one that we first met during that show. And he was just like, I don't know where you guys came from, but, you guys are on point, like, I want in on this pretty much. And I was like, bro, this is just sound check. Just wait till we play the show, So once we played our show and did our whole, light show and the fog and doing our thing, he was pretty much all in after that. He's been with us ever since. So it was a shot in the dark, but we came out, with something, and hopefully, it goes somewhere, So
it was so ironic that it was Steve, because Steve actually visits. He lives here in San Diego, and he visits our club a lot. So we're already familiar with the guy, and then to find out that he was the one that picked you up, I was like, wow, that's super cool.
Yeah, he lives in San Diego, and he's been coming from San Diego all the way to LA where we practice. He comes over there to make sure that we're on point and make sure everything's going good, and him going back and forth, that's showing a lot of love. So this is taking a different notch up per se,
and since that time you have gotten so many I just see you like Will said, you guys are playing everywhere. Everybody wants you, everyone wants to have you come to the club. I think that's amazing. That's super cool. Slow down.
I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon, honestly. When we first got on the scene, we were reaching out to venues to see if we can play here and play there. And then once we did our first 5-6 shows, now everyone is hitting us up wanting to play their show. So it's just been a turn of events. It's been very overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's very cool too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are playing in let's see, you guys are doing the you're gonna be playing with Fountain Fire, but you guys also doing this Battle of the Bands with the band. What does it say?
Yeah, it's the Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands.
There you go.
Did that.
Yeah.
When is that? Tell us the date and everything.
So how it goes is pretty much you got to get the votes online first. Yeah, so we get a first round of votes for the first month, and then they do the tally up, I guess, and all that stuff and everything. And then, they narrow it down, and it goes, the next step, so on and so forth. And then you get a chance to play at the, I think it's Warped Tour? You get a chance to play there. So we haven't actually battled live yet. It's just a matter of votes for right now. So we just got tossed into that. So actually the first was a deadline for the voting. So we're going to get the tally results. Even if we don't get it, that's fine. If we do get it, that's great. We're still going to go regardless.
Just do it. Just do it for fun, man. Just and don't and we've done that. We did that a few years ago. And just do it for fun. Just don't take it too literally.
And experience.
Everything that he's done, we've done that too. Yeah, just do it. Well, I think what we did is we took it too seriously. And maybe something cool can come out of it. But you know what? It was just fun. That's
exactly how we're looking at it. We're just looking at it as for fun. It's not going to stop the momentum.
No.
If we don't get it, that's completely fine. You know what I mean? We just, like I said, we just got tossed in the mix, and we just said, let's do it.
Yeah. But more importantly, we have May 15th with Phantom Fire and Echo Spine at the GBA 256 in Pomona, California. You guys. If you haven't seen Phantom Fire and our new light show and all our smoke cannons and all our crazy shit we do, you got to come out. And we also got Echo Spine, man. It's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting night. We've never played there in Pomona, never in that city at all. And when we heard that Phantom Fire was going to be on there, we were like, absolutely, let's do this. So
I might even come to that show.
Well, get your butt up there, girl.
Yeah.
that would be super cool, man. If you can come up, Shannon, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. I've heard good stuff about you guys, but then some of the stuff you guys posted on YouTube, before we started the podcast here, I was telling JR I really liked Crawl, one of their tracks they do live, and an opener called Betrayal. And I just love that, man. It has such a good vibe to it, and then Betrayal, especially with the intro. I don't know how you guys do that, but can you go into a little bit about that for some of the folks at home?
Yeah, so our writing process, not with just Crawl and Betrayal, our writing process, starts with a riff. It goes from there, and then the bass gets involved, and then the drummer gets involved, and then I just start singing on top of it. Crawl and Betrayal are pretty much, those two songs are one of our old songs, so we remixed a lot of our stuff since then, but what you heard on YouTube is pretty much the same process as we do with all our songs. We just, we start with the guitar riff, then the drummer comes in, then the bass lines, then I start singing over it, and then we polish it off with some samples with the intro and the outro, just to kind of give it more dynamics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I come in, I just give it that feeling, I feel it, I hear it, and the lyrics just come to me, and then it just kind of shapes itself, honestly. That's how it is with all our songs.
Now, are you... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Shannon.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, on that note, so which artists and bands have influenced the music that you guys write?
Man, so each of us, we're all different types of meat dipped in the same sauce right now. You know what I mean? So our musical influences come from different backgrounds. I can't speak for the band, whole, but for myself, I've always been strictly like new metal. New metal has just been like my go-to. My gateway band for me when I was in high school was Korn. Korn is the one that did it for me. Like, that was like, well, what is this? What is this? Deftones, Mudvayne, Slipknot, Cold Chamber, all those bands, like back in the mid to late 90s. That's where my influences came. And through trial and error, through life, I discovered my own voice, and I just kind of put two and two together, and that's
nice.
where I came from, and what's crazy is that, when I was younger, I never wanted to be a singer. It's not that I had ambition to be a singer. It just kind of happened naturally, just as life, when you grow up and you go through trials and errors, you just start feeling a certain type of way, and with me, it was vocally. I started with poetry first, and all just writing poetry, just little sayings here and there, and those poetry lines came into being verses and courses, and till this day I just use the same process. So it's kind of weird, it's just I don't know, it's something inside of your core that just comes out eventually, as even a guitar player, even as a drummer, but me lyrically, I think Korn was the one that was my gateway for sure.
I was wondering, I had a two-part question. Like how when you guys hear our stuff, Phantom Fire stuff, that took me a while to kind of figure out my vocal approach, and because I'm able to do certain things with my vocals that I wasn't even aware of, and certain things I'm limited at too, right? So yeah. I mean, and I'm sure you go through that too. How was that process evolving from? Because when I heard your live stuff, right? There's definitely some different dynamics there. You do the clean stuff, but you also can do the growly stuff, right? So you got some range going on, and I like that. It sounds really full. Was that a process to train your vocal cords and your body to do that, or how was that process?
Yeah, so I've never, with me personally, I never took training classes or nothing like that. It was just it just came out, I don't know how to explain it. It just, when you feel something, you really feel it, whether it's a slow song, it's a fast song, or whatever the case may be. And I think, in my early 20s, when I was kind of developing and discovering my voice for the first time, it takes time, to develop,
a lot of time. Yeah,
it doesn't happen overnight.
No.
It took years for me to develop where I'm at now, and now I can do those growls, now I can do those high notes, now I can do those cleans. It's just years of practice, and I just never really gave it up. But it comes from emotion.
Okay.
Everything comes from emotion. If I feel a certain type of way, happy, mad, sad, whatever, I feel it, and then it just comes out.
Second,
and it helps too when you have a great band of musicians behind you.
It makes it easier. It makes it way easier.
Absolutely.
All right, my second part, because I'm more on the geeky end of this stuff, and I know there's some cats out there that want to know tech stuff. So what kind of mic are you using?
So my go-to mic is, I use the Shure Beta 58s. The Shure mics are my go-to for sure. I feel like the Shure microphones make me sound clear, makes me sound powerful. If never, let me down. That's always been my go-to. I like Shure mics for sure.
Very cool, very cool. Do you know what kind of gear your guitar player and bassist use?
No.
Okay.
That's a question for them. They always change up their stuff. You know what I mean? They all have guitar players have their hashtags. They change up their heads and everything, and the bassist has his stuff. You know,
the bass player is really cool. I liked his mask and I liked his stance. The way he acted on stage was really cool, dude. I can't even explain it. I kept telling the owner of the bar, I'm like, look, check this guy out. We were right next to him. He had this really interesting style. I liked it.
Yeah, that's you're talking about Sergio. He goes by Thumper.
Yes.
Yeah. He definitely adds an element to the stage. You know, stage presence. You know what I mean? We all do. You know, all the guitars.
Have your own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have my own flavors. You know, Monks has his drum fills, and Thumper does his thing. We all add a little bit to the pot, and this is what you get. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So, you already might have answered it. I was going to ask you, like, what are some early influences? But you already said it was. Was there music when you were growing up? Was there music around the house?
Yeah. So my family, you know, they all love music. You know, back, you know, like in the late '80s, it was all about like that new wave, alternative, electronic '80s music. I love Tears for Fears. I love Duran Duran. I love Boingo Boingo. I was in the late '80s and I caught the ass end of the '80s part. So it was always playing Led Zeppelin, you know, Pink Floyd, all that stuff was playing.
Michael Jackson.
So I was, the Led Zeppelin, you know, was playing.
Yeah.
You know, it was a different Michael Jackson, you know.
Yeah.
It was. I've been surrounded by music pretty much my whole entire life, and it wasn't until later in life that I got really serious with it. I just kind of fell into it, you know, organically. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I thought your family was there at your show. They come and they support you. It's like
Yeah, my mom and dad, you know, they see me and, you know, they come support and everything, and, you know, not that I, you know, need it or anything, but, you know, they see me and, you know, they come and support and everything, you know, especially everybody else, their family and friends and their wives and everything, they all come and support. It's a big, it's not just us, there's a whole team behind us of just like these people supporting family and everything. And it's great. It's awesome. It's encouraging.
Yeah.
It definitely, and it makes a big difference.
It really is.
So do you have any like rituals or routines before going on stage? Anything that you do, you know, prior to getting up there and doing your thing?
Yeah, so before I go on stage, you know, aside from the drinking part, when I go on stage, you know, I you know, do some like, you know, vocal routines just to kind of like, you know, get it loose, you know what I mean? Because if I just go on there blindly, it's gonna sound like crap. So, you know, I have like this spray that I spray in my throat. You know, it's kind of like a WD-40, like for cars. It's kind of like that for singers. I spray it in there. It loosens up my vocal cords because, believe it or not, you know, I do a lot of like yelling and screaming and headbanging and stuff. You can mess up your vocal cords.
Yes,
you know?
you can.
You know when you go, you know, like when you go to like a baseball game or like a football game and, you know, you're yelling and you're cheering and you're doing this and you come back and you sound all hoarse. You sound all raspy and everything. It's because you're not singing or you're not yelling properly.
That's right.
And you're like, well, how do you yell properly? It's like, well, you have to use your diaphragm and you project a specific type of way. If you don't do that, you can mess up your vocal cord, man. I mean, you can really mess your stuff up. So, I do have like a little ritual. You know, I kind of, you know, do my little acapellas and stuff, you know, before I go, and, you know, do a little spray and stuff before I actually go in there. Because as you've seen, Shannon, I go hard. It's all or nothing, pretty much.
Well, I just Well, I just want to thank you so much, JR, for taking your time out of your weekend and joining us for a few minutes to talk to us about that. Again, May 15th.
May 15th.
Echo Spine and Phantom Fire with some other special guests. You guys come out, Pomona, California. And you know what? It's free. You don't even have, we got merch. I'm sure we all got merch that you can peruse and pick up and stuff. But, you know, come on over, guys. It's a great location.
These two bands are killer. Anybody listening out there, I strongly suggest going out there and checking them out.
And Shannon might be there.
Hopefully, we'll see, right?
Maybe.
Shandog there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can just tag along with Steve since he lives in San Diego. Just be like, hey, Steve, go pick up Shannon. Just go right with her.
Yeah, maybe I will.
$100 gas money, please. Wait a minute.
I know, right? But yeah, it's gonna be a great, interesting show. Isn't that place like an art gallery?
It's like a gallery / brewery / club. Yeah, it's in a very nice location. So if any of you guys are worried about crime, don't worry about it. There's tons of parking. So yeah, and it's a very nice laid back vibe. So don't worry about criminals or nothing like that. Just a lot of music. And around the corner, there might be a salsa band. And then around the corner from that, there might be a country band playing. So it's a really nice area. Really, really. And you can go eat. There's different restaurants of different cuisines, Italian, Korean, Mexican. It's a really nice area. So I think anybody, you come down, support local business. I think you'll like it. So thank you.
We're pretty excited too, from what we heard from you especially, it's supposed to be like a good night. And I have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
What is Phantom Fire up to next? Like, what do you guys got growing in the mix? Like, what do you guys got coming up?
Well, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're trying to figure out okay, so this goes back a little bit. So when we got, and you guys can listen to our earlier episodes for the Creepy Metal podcast, but most of you cats already know we got signed in May, released our first EP in September on Curtain Call Records, and their distribution is through Sony Entertainment. So when we got signed with them, we suddenly started doing more touring out of California, and that was really fun, man. That was so fun seeing it with national acts, right? So we opened for Tantric, Head PE, gosh, I can't remember all the bands, Second Shooter, we went out on a few different tours, and that was cool, right? Because now we went from just having fun to this is a legitimate business. So now we have to conduct ourselves a certain way, right? Because
absolutely, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you have PR, AR, our A&R guy, our label, so a lot of that. So that was some cool momentum. So then we took off, for the holidays, and so took a little bit extended break. Coming back, our drummer had hurt his hand. We had waited for him for a while to get better, and he's going to need physical therapy. So we waited and we waited. Meanwhile, everybody's booking. And so we the guy said, you guys need to find another drummer. And luckily we got a new drummer, and we've had him for a little bit. His name's Derek. You guys will be meeting him here as time goes on. Super awesome guy, very chill. Venice Beach dude, likes to surf and party and play drums like a bad mofo. So, we're back on track. So now it's about, getting those tours going back again. Like I said, now we're being courted by a couple of labels. So I wasn't planning on writing anything for a minute. And so all of a sudden now it's like, oh shit, I need to do this. So we're writing, also getting ready to take a look at some festivals and stuff. So now we're like looking at the East Coast. We've had a couple of offers for Japan and Europe. So we just need to kind of make sure everybody is good with that. It's scary and weird because I think all of us, Shannon, you, JR, me, it's like we always dreamed about doing this stuff, right? And you work really, really, really hard to do it. And then what do they say? Be careful what you ask for, because you may get it. And so now we're kind of now we're in that boat, which is, oh shoot, it's here. Now we have to plan financially how we're going to do that, right? How we're going to, have a traveling setup for this city or that city, or how to get our merch. I mean, there's a whole, just like logistics with getting your merch from California to West Virginia or New York. That's a whole other thing. Or, your guitars, right? It's like, well, I can't bring all that on a plane, or I got to have it shipped, or I got to have a secondary rig ready to go, whatever it happens to be. And the same thing for Europe and Japan, and we're talking to some distributors over there about that. But it's really cool. I love that I love that Phantom Fire has worked really hard to get to this point, but it was not easy.
Awesome.
Right, and we were talking about that on another interview, right, Shannon? That it is not easy doing this.
It's not easy.
Right.
But it's worth it.
It is worth it. Yeah. If you know it's a passion, man, do not let it go. And people are going to tell you no. I mean, you young cats out there, man. There are people who are going to tell you no. There are people who are going to tell you not to do it anymore. You know, not all of us are lucky to have family like JR come out and support us. Some of our families, we don't want them there.
We have to work for our fans.
Yeah, some of us got to work for our fans. Yeah, I wish our families would show up. But, you know, don't ever give up, man. If it's a passion, I say go for it, man. It's like what Lemmy said for Motorhead, right? Throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. Or, you know, run it up the flagpole and see who salutes it. I really believe it comes down to that. And maybe you got to go through some things, right? Because, you know, Shannon, I'm sure you've been through your share of bands and it didn't work out. But you know what? There's a reason why it didn't work out. It didn't work out because you were supposed to be in this place now, right?
Right, yeah, I agree with that.
And JR, I'm sure you've been in bands where it didn't work out. But it didn't work out for a reason because you're supposed to be in the place you are now.
Yeah, I've been singing for the past, oh goodness, like 20 years, and I've been in and out of bands. And here's a fun fact: I'm from Northern California. I'm from.
That's okay. We like you anyways.
Yeah. So I was born in Los Angeles, but when I was young, I moved to Stockton in Northern California. So I pretty much I grew up and I was raised in that area. So I have like that NorCal vibe, you know, and I've been in and out of bands. And yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, those bands that I've been in, you know, they come and go and they happen for a reason. And then, you know, when I came to LA and when I joined these guys, I mean, it's just like, boom, you know, we're all seasoned musicians and now it just kind of took a life of its own. But you know what? I want to say one thing is that, you know, during this whole process, we are super, super humble.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We don't take, yeah, we're not cocky. We're not like, oh, we're just, you know, we're badass or nothing like that. No, we're all ground level. We're super humble, and it's not about us. Whenever we play with these other bands, we support every single band on that bill. You know what I mean? And we've met some great friends, you know, especially Shannon, the band Lifer. You know, we met them, great guys, you know. So the moral of the story is that stay humble, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually it'll find your way.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I say be kind to everyone.
I unfortunately, guys, I have a shift tonight and a show tonight, so I got to get ready for the show. But I have to cut out. I apologize, but it was great talking to you, JR. I want to say one thing. I want to give one plug, right? Yeah. I want to give a shout out to our good friend Denise, our photographer. She has been doing some stuff behind the scenes, making us look good. I want to throw a shout out to her. She really does. She's great.
Yeah,
I like her in action. I see all the stuff she does. You're right. That's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to her. And then also, too, one last thing before you go, I just want to let you guys know that on June 19th, we are playing the Whiskey Go-Go with the band Orgy.
Orgy, we played with those guys. Yeah, those guys are cool, man.
Yeah,
we played with them like 2 years ago. They're really cool.
It's gonna be a sold out show at the Whiskey.
I'm playing June 19th too at McGuffey, so I wish I could do that one.
But yeah, well, if for whatever reason it doesn't happen, you know, I think I gave you a ticket, by the way. I think I did. but yeah, June 19th, Whiskey Go Go, sold out show with Orgy. It's gonna be bad ass. So if you guys want to go, you guys are more than welcome.
Yeah. All right, Miss Shannon.
Replacement vocalist for my show.
Or
just get like a hologram. Just hologram it like Star Wars.
Record it. I'll record it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. We're gonna play a track here from Echo Spine, some of their live stuff. So hang on just a minute. And Shannon, JR, hang on real quick. But we'll say goodbye to Shannon for this episode. Bye, Shannon.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It was great.
I'll see you again.
Yeah, so, okay, so we're going to play a little track here. And we'll play it now. Here we go.
Give it up for Mr. Thumps on bass.
Wow, that was so cool, you guys. I played a clip from their track Crawl that you guys can watch on YouTube. Where was that at? That live footage, JR, where was that at?
So that one was at the 3 Clubs over in Hollywood.
Okay. That I like that stage. That is a cool looking stage. And did your Denise photographer shoot that as well, or was that a different?
She shot the pictures for us, and I don't know. I think we got that show through. Oh my goodness, I forget his name. He runs the Universal Bar and Grill, and he actually asked us if we want to play that show, so we accepted it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. God, I think that was last year, I think. I'm not really sure on that, but yeah, but that song, like I said, that song Crawl, it sounds good at that time, but it's since been remixed, and we kind of like went back to the drawing board, and we kind of like, rearranged things and whatnot. So
isn't it that way though with guitar players though, man? I mean, like me, I'll put like 15 parts on a song, and then my guys are looking at me like, nah, you need to dumb that down, bro. It don't need 15 parts.
Yeah, during that time, it was good. It was great for that time with the certain people that were in the band at that time.
Yeah.
But that song has been remixed, and it sounds a lot better. Let's just put it that way. But you can totally see our dynamics, our genre, where we're going with everything. So, but yeah, that song Crawl was pretty cool, But things happen, and people come and go, and we remix stuff. So, but yeah, for that time, it was good. It was great. The new stuff though is going to be even better. That's all I can say. So
we didn't talk really about that, but you guys are you're in the studio right now, writing, recording. Yes. Who's your engineer? Who's your producer? What can you tell us about that?
So the guy we met over in NAMM, Steve Braun, he's the one that picked us up. He's the one that's pretty much the orchestrator. He's the one behind the scenes, taking us under his wing, and he's the one getting us up to speed to doing the recording. And where we record, we're actually in our own studio. We have it's over at Concrete Jungle. That's where we practice at. It's over like in Southgate area, and we have a little recording studio there. So we're starting from there, and then we're going to pitch it to see, if we can get a catch a label or something like that. So right now we're in the studio doing that as of right now. So it's pretty much ground zero. That's where we're at.
Oh, right on. Yep, I remember doing all that stuff. Yeah, I remember for us it was so freaking stressful because ours happened. Oh my gosh, this is a horror story, you guys. Okay, so for Phantom Fire we got. So starting off like every other band, right? Every other band, you guys, we did like all these demos and whatnot. And of course we sent them out to, I don't know, maybe 15 different record labels. And we got turned down, like every single one. Like some of them twice we got turned down, but they were nice. and it was like, except for Curtain Call. Curtain Call was like, their A&R, Kevin. Shout out to Kevin out there. He was like, well, I see what you guys are going for, but you're not there yet. And you guys might be thinking, well, we've been listening to Phantom Fire stuff. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, like JR was saying out there in Radioland, what you guys hear was probably not the best version. So we had to work on other versions to get to what you guys hear now. So, and you know, when you're recording, we might go through 20 versions of the same song. And then after that, then we have to edit it and mix it and master it. And that adds a whole other flavor. And that's why I was asking you guys in Radio Lane, like, who his engineer and producer is, because that person puts their own spin on it. And, for some bands, they might get a really bad engineer and producer. And some bands, they get a really good engineer and producer. So,
that's when, because I understand, going into this business, you're going to get rejected. It's going to happen,
Well, at least us it did. Probably not you guys.
I mean, we're not quite there yet, but I know it's going to happen. And you know what? That's fine. Like I said before, we're still staying humble. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so important.
This is the product. This is what we have. Take it or leave it. Let's go for broke.
Yeah, you really have to. Yeah, because I mean, there's like everything else. There's a window. But yeah, going from what you were saying though. Yeah, we went through all that, and then while we were going through that, the fires. And okay, so if you guys are listening, and in Florida, or if you're listening in the UK or another country, Mexico or Canada, wherever you guys happen to be listening from, I would say in 2025, we had some pretty gnarly fires here in Southern California. They were pretty bad. I mean, the fires were huge, and these fires affected not only rural areas, but they also affected businesses in Hollywood. And so our engineer and producer at the time had one of his business locations in Hollywood, and there was some damage. So so we had that, which actually helped us later on, because we were forced to remix some stuff. He saved it, but we were able to remix it and put it in a different way, and what you guys hear now is what we did. But
those fires were pretty bad. That was in the Pacific Palisades. That was an experience. It affected the whole LA area. That was gnarly. Yeah,
and then the Altadena fires too. I had some friends lose their homes in that, and some friends lose their homes in the Palisades. It was horrible.
That was you see it on TV, and then it's one thing to see it at first, and you go outside and you're like, oh my goodness. This is gnarly. So that's what we have going on. So it's just writing new stuff, taking a look at what types of tours we want to go on now, and it's different with the touring now, because we know, and I'm sure you're not going to make any money off the album. The album's more of a promotional thing. We're going to make the money off the tours and the tickets and the merch and all that stuff. Yes.
So we know that, but it's still like we want to be proud of the product we put out, and I'm sure you guys want to be proud of the product that you guys put out, and it just takes a little while, right? So.
It does, it takes hard work, people going into this thinking, we're going to be rock stars, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's like, if you go in with that kind of attitude, you're not going to get anywhere. It's dog eat dog world, you know what I mean? If we were to, like, disband or something were to happen, I would be okay because of the kind of momentum that we had. I'd be okay with that, because it's not about being rock stars. It's not about being the fame. It's just about being heard. Us guys coming together and just creating a product that everybody can relate to and enjoy. That's the real kicker here. That's what I'm all about. And there's so many other great bands that are undiscovered that need to be heard. So, I mean,
There are a ton of bands out there. We just got done interviewing Witch Ripper from Vancouver, Canada. Those guys are amazing. They sound like to me, and Shannon had her own idea, but they sounded like a mix of like Gojira and Fear Factory, if you can imagine that. But I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are freaking amazing. I mean, I just think, like Phantom Fire stuff. Okay, we are not recreating the wheel. Okay, I'd be the first one to admit it. Maybe the guitar work's pretty cool. But, but these guys, they're like, wow, it's very complex orchestration. And I think one guy like writes for like movies at some studio, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's like a whole other level. But,
That's cool.
Yeah, but are they getting, the radio airplay they should be? I don't think so. I think they should be getting more radio airplay. And I don't know if that's because maybe our stuff is a little easier to digest, or maybe Echo Spine stuff will be easier to digest. But yeah, it is a shame that some bands just don't get that crossover.
Yeah, and it's all about preference, really. It just depends on what you're really into. As long as it has a good groove to it,
that's
what I mean?
it.
And even if you're not into metal or alternative or rock or what, as long as it has a good beat to it, you're already winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as long as it sounds great and the product's good, that's what's important. And with us too, you're going to see when we play together, we have a whole light show. We add a little bit extra on top. We have like
hey, so do we. Right on.
Yeah, we have the fog. We
Yep.
have the mask. You know what I mean? We kind of do like a little bit. We try to put on an actual show.
Yep.
Instead of being like a plug and play band. We just. Do you know how many bands in LA are doing the same thing that we are?
A lot of them. A lot.
You know what I mean? So we try to stick out just a little bit more, not be too gimmicky, but just like, I want people to, go to our show and walk away, and be like, what was that? That was an experience. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be with all these bands, and that's, talent, years of just, doing your craft and not giving up, eventually it's going to come to fruition. That's it.
Yeah. Did you guys ever get into like, maybe, what was it? I'm thinking maybe Slipknot, Joey Jordison, and the drummer who was for them. What did you ever get into those guys?
With Slipknot? Yeah.
What were your,
I'm a huge...
What were your thoughts on him passing, man? I know it's been a minute, but that bummed me out, man.
Very sad. Yeah, he's been there since day one. Joey. Everybody, if anybody knows Slipknot, Joey Jordison. You know what I mean? So for him to pass was super unfortunate. You're like, oh my goodness, that is one badass drummer. It was super sad. And then when Paul Gray, when he passed too.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, it was very, very sad. And you're like, man, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's just life, you know what I mean? It's, that's just how it goes. But yeah, it was very, very sad. But I'm glad that, they decided to keep going and keep doing their thing, because Slipknot's a great band. They're really heavy, but they got a groove, you know what I mean? You can actually get into it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You could headbang to it or dance to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna play here on our podcast. You guys, I'm gonna play a couple of Phantom Fire jams. So we're gonna start with Fire. Yes, the brand new release. So we're gonna play that right now. Here we go.
Not quite
Oh, you're right. We're on the back end of that, man. So that was Fire from the band Phantom Fire. We hope you guys liked the video on that. That just came out. Yeah, so we're getting ready to sign off here for this episode. I want to thank JR so much from Echo Spine for hanging out with us for the hour. Shannon, we'll talk to you soon. She had to get over to her job. Hey, any shout outs? Any shout outs you want to send to anyone out there in Radio Land?
Well, with me, like I said, Denise, for sure. She's our first and foremost. I have to give a shout out to that woman. She's great. She works with us, but not exclusively with us. She's, you can pick her. You go to our page, you can find her. She's, she offers great rates. She can go ahead and, shoot you. Just take a look at our page and you can see the product that she delivers. But major shout out to her and to Steve, who picked us up. Shout out to that guy, because he's the one that's orchestrating this whole thing, and he's the one that's going to make this happen for us. And of course, the guys in Echo Spine. This is just me, in the way how I think of everything. But a major shout out to those guys, every single one of them. If it wasn't for them, I'd be nothing. And this is a collective team, and to our friends, family, supporters, all the venues. Everybody out there, just a major thank you. I appreciate it.
And I want to give a shout out to our whole Phantom Fire team, man. Our A&R guy, John Joseph Kuntz, our label president, Brian, who does our PR. Man, I just want to thank all you cats, everyone who comes out to the shows, buys our merch, buys our albums. You guys are so freaking cool, man.
For sure.
Right on. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for tonight. We will see you on the next episode of the Creepy Metal Podcast.